for you this morning. We're still on it. We'll be crossing over to Rosalind again to bring us all the updates where she is at the Blaster Square. But back here in the studio, we're still trying to find out. You know, a day like this, we're celebrating the people who put food on our tables, right?
Yeah, but before we get into it, get interactive with us on our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Joy Prime TV. Start sending in your comments, your questions at all. And like I mentioned earlier, what I want you to do is whatever field of work that you find yourself in, you can share your challenges with us in the comment section on Facebook, and we'll definitely read them. So get interactive with us, okay? Yeah.
Great stuff. So we've got in the studio right now, you know, some very... delicious. Oh, why are you doing this?
KMJ. So, you know, the topic for discussion today is the real state of street food here in Ghana. And so, to talk on this topic, we have with us Kwaku Ewajemfi, who is co-founder of BurgerFi and Complete Housing. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning.
So you got me happiness this morning, man. I'm excited, you know, like when I see food, it's a different level, you know, but I like it. So I'll share my experience with you about the hot dog thing. Right? You know, sometimes in America, for example, you want to just get in, pick, and then you go because you're always in the move, you know.
Okay.
In Ghana here, a lot of people, as much as they can, you know, combining their job, they're picking certain foods from different places at different times, you know. Sometimes you're not too sure about what you're buying and all of that. The quality, how the kitchen and everything, looks like and all of that. And usually you're on the run. So you don't even have time to go and check if the place is neat or whatever it is. We're grabbing everything, just anything, you know. But let's zero into it. What's the state of foods like these, you know, grab and go and all of that in the country?
I mean, truth is, you see, there's a notion where most people feel like street food is done by illiterates.
Yeah.
You know, so most of the times, the background that they come from actually have a way of, it has an effect, all right? So, I mean, at some point in time, when you lack some educational skills and you lack some hygiene skills, definitely is going to be affected.
Yeah.
But the truth about being able to combine some aspect of education with this is you are able to blend it and you are able to care. You see, the honest thing is some people just don't care.
Yeah.
All they want to do is just make money.
Yeah.
You know, but there's a tendency to just, because it's street food, so people just feel like, you know, naturally, even people don't really have value and respect for street food.
Yeah.
They see it as very different from the fact that, you know, when they go to a restaurant, you know, they are paying for value, they are paying for the ambience, they are paying for everything. So basically, I mean, street food wise, how the people actually relate with it also affects how the people also go about it.
Right.
So as much as possible, people, vendors need to be intentional, and you need to be conscious, and you need to care. Once you have these attributes, you're able to really put a lot of things into consideration in relation if you're buying vegetables, if you're buying the food, the procedures involved in going through that. You make sure that everything is totally well done so that you can give the people the best. And once the people know that you're of good value, I mean, street food is
you know,
it's saved a lot of lives, you know, really, because I mean,
yeah, with all these negative attachments to street food that you are aware of, you knew this before you started. But what really moved you to want to start street food vendor?
Okay, that's a very interesting. Before I jumped on, I mean, I'm a big fan of God. I mean, most people who know me, I'm a big fan of God. So basically, it was such a way that I was directed towards it. So before I entered, I had to study street food for about 6 months, so about a year.
Okay.
Yes. So that was when I was like, because, I mean, it's about staying in business. And and I reckon that, I mean, most restaurants come in a year or two, they flash out.
Yeah.
But street businesses, the street food, the cocoa seller where you know for your side there, the wachi person where you know for your side there, they've been in business for a very long time. The question is, what are these people doing right? You know? So then I started studying, then I realized that there's something very interesting here. So I remember one particular time I actually had a conversation with Obi Ototo Koko, right? She works from 8 to 5. This woman has built 2 houses.
Whoa.
From the coffee broke man?
Yes.
Right at the junction on the street.
And she works from 8 to 5. In front of mine, about 30 minutes, this woman had made almost between 50 to 100 Ghana cedis. In front of my eyes in about 30 minutes. And I was like, wow, yo.
Makes sense.
So it's a very interesting, arena. Some people come in the mornings and basically you realize that you can go to a watchy person by 6 to like 8, the watchy finish.
It's done, yeah.
It's that deep.
Yeah.
So it has its duration. Everybody plays its role, and you're able to make it, but you have to steady. But most importantly, I would always tell people to add the educational bit to it.
Okay.
I mean, for me, it was a level of direction. I realized that it's not just street food, but it's street business, because the skills in there and the talents in there are ridiculous. Are ridiculous. And most of the times, I would also go out there and also tell people who are, with the degrees, with everything, it's like if you can just humble yourself and pay attention to the opportunities in there, will be blown away. Will be blown away. It's not just that. I know somebody who, unfortunately, this guy is a junkie, but the guy is very good with cleaning gutters and weeding. And I remember it was a way where I wanted to help this guy. And, I just put it out there because of the influence I have with BurgerFi. At some point in time, this guy was making like 500 cedis a day.
So you can imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's a talent, but people need direction. And so sometimes we have to be able to combine forces. If only we can collaborate. If only we can collaborate. It's here you have the publicity. People know you. People love you.
Yeah.
All sometimes you just have to do is you can just look at one person who's out there in the streets, who has some talent, and let's collaborate. You'll be surprised that, you'll be making some good commissions off that.
Yeah.
If only we can collaborate and do that.
And that's the biggest problem in this country.
Yeah,
It happens elsewhere too as well.
Yeah.
But in our space here, it's believed that it's one of the major issues that we have for us to sit back and say, okay, you know what? You've got A, I've got B. We can put this together and make something like this.
Exactly. Exactly.
And maybe it's because of past experiences from people too as well.
Very
we
true.
have seen some of these things not really end well.
Yeah.
And so it could also be a reason. But in your space, I don't know if you've done that collaboration yet with people, like you rightly mentioned.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. The funny thing is, I had been through a lot in life. So, I was like, God, I'm tired. I need to know what's up.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I keep going, I keep coming back. Help me know what to do. And that was when I realized that in this life is much more about touching lives. It's much more about not just about yourself.
Yeah.
What can we do to help society grow? So then, naturally, for my set skill, I've worked in almost all the telcos, with the exception of MTN, where I was in the business development solution side. So I built an aspect of business development and sales. So basically, I was like, okay, I probably know how to talk. I'm a cool guy, What can I do to actually help give people the opportunity to be known and to be seen? So then I saw this beggar on my cousin's status. So I was like, I reached out to my cousin and I was like, who they do the beggar? Because the beggar, they kind me of my childhood. Well, he looks good. It's like, I'd like to meet this person. So then after that time too, in my neighborhood, there was a dude that had opened a very cool pub. So it's all about thinking about ways to help people.
Yeah.
It wasn't even about making money. It was just about ways to help make money. So I went to the pub owner. Great Echo and Claudia, big ups to them. And I was like, I would want to do something to bring in traffic to your place. I realized beggars are very expensive. And people they don't see beggars as a go-to. But there's this beggar I have seen. I feel like it looks really good. Let's just do it. Let's just bring it here and see what's up. So I then called the guy. I did not know him, only for him to arrive and I got to realize that he's my junior from SOS.
Can you imagine?
Like it was just, I was like, so if you were to do the beggars. And after that time, a lot of people have been poaching him, but he was not minding them.
Okay.
So he was doing the beggars in the Philippines, so he had returned.
Okay.
So basically, it was such a way that he was also trying to find his feet. So we tasted the beggar that day, and the owner gave us 200 Ghana cedis.
The owner of the pub.
Yes. And it was like, that was how BurgerFi started.
I see.
That 200 Ghana cedis, I knew somebody who had a grill, and that grill, and when you actually go to the market, it's about 3,000. We got it for 150 cedis.
You got the grill for 150
cedis. That was when I knew that, there's something very special here. We got it for 150, got the stuff, and we're just doing it on weekends. Our first sale, we gave everything back to God. And by the end of that year, BurgerFi had like 3 branches. It started like, it was like people were traveling all the way from Accra. People would come to Tema. At some point around 12 midnight, I'm sending beggars. It didn't just become a beggar, it became an experience. And as time went on, again, with the mentality of who I am, where it's about what can we do to touch lives, I realized that this thing was bringing people together. I realized that it was bringing friends together. I realized that it would bring families. And mind you, we're a street entity. We started on a tabletop in front of a gutter. And you would have families come and line up with us and would interact and we'll be talking. So I realized what was happening. I was like, you know what? And this is why I would always encourage people to get close to God, because when he comes in, he's able to encourage you to pay attention to the human aspect. And you are able to tap into it in ways where you can really blow people's mind away.
Yeah.
Mind you, I was just a broker. So we're 3 guys that actually own BurgerFi. I did not know anything about how to do burgers. All I knew is I knew how to eat it. I did not know anything. But something happened because of the mindset.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that what can we do to really touch lives? Then from nowhere, I started having dreams of recipes. But before that, BurgerFi had entered into a place where we were paying tithe every single day. So it's not just, but it's, sacrifice is key.
There are a lot of things involved.
Exactly. Sacrifice is key. So then I started having dreams. I would go into the kitchen and then things would start happening. Like, it was a level of direction. Do this, add this, add this. Because the guy who was doing the burgers had to relocate to Kumasi. So BurgerFi opened one in Kumasi too. So it was such a way that now there was nobody. I had to do it.
Step in.
And that's the thing about business development. For you to be extremely good at your business, you need to be part of the business. You need to be in the business. So as at that time, funny enough, I was a business development strategist for an IT firm. I was driving one time and I had, stop whatever you're doing, concentrate on BurgerFi. And I just jumped in. Then a movement came. It was like, people would eat it, people would come and eat the burger, and it's like, man, it's like, boom, you just got BurgerFi. So then the movement came in. So I was like, boom, you just got BurgerFi. So everybody at some point in time wanted to even just come to our set, take a burger, take a video, and just be like, it was like now, there was a whole marketing analysis involved in it, and I came to understand what psychological marketing is all about. It was like the whole street business started teaching me of little drops of water. It started teaching me so many little things, and the experience BurgerFi brought, to the extent that the lady who will come and do the burger, again touching lives, because of her, that she was unemployed for a very long time. We set up a branch just for her. Just because of her.
We've got Buffett burgers. Okay, good. What do we have?
This one is what?
Let me just make.
So this is Buffett.
So it's Buffett.
So I mean, due to most of the branches that we've opened, we've come to realize that some people have special, like, they want their burgers in some type of way. So I remember we went to a community. It's important that you pay attention to the people and how they eat, and So I remember we went to a particular community. They were not buying the burgers. Then we realized that, okay, I guess they saw the junk, so we needed to do something healthy. So then we changed some of the bread buns to whole wheat buns and all of that. So you have different categories. You have the whole wheat bun with a burger. You have Ibofro. Now, this was one of the things where it was an idea that came about, and I remember my partners dissed me. They were like, "Yo, dude, who eats burgers with Bofro?" And and it was such a way that BurgerFi was actually the one that actually kickstarted. So funny enough, I think Maggie did it, and some people on IG commented and be like, "Hey, Maggie, you people are not the first one. It's BurgerFi."
It's BurgerFi, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
So I mean, life here. Let me say it as it is. BurgerFi was actually the first entity to use BoFresh to actually do burgers. So we call it BoFresh Burgers.
BoFresh.
Yeah,
burgers.
BoFresh Burgers.
Okay.
And you have the regular buns. You have exactly. You have the New Yorkers, which you call it the hot dog.
Yeah, the hot dog.
The hot dogs.
One hot dog. Hey, it's not a place to eat.
The hot dogs.
Hot dog.
And our shawarma, we call it Rhapsody.
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 We call it Rhapsody. So funny enough, we've allowed clients to come up with some of the names. We have a wobble gobble burger. We have a triple gobble. We have dirty fingers. Yes. So most of these clients, most of the our stuff on the menu, the clients actually,
and then you guys make it happen.
Exactly. So I remember.
See this lady enjoying the hot dog.
And you see how unfair it is for us to have all this in front of us.
And then we are not enjoying.
I don't get
Okay, so at this point, let's go Dorothy. Dorothy, come join us.
Give me tissue.
Dorothy is with BurgerFi.
Give me tissue. Give me tissue.
Hey,
Kevin.
Yeah, you special.
Kevin, come and take the space.
Yeah, you special. At this point.
Bring tissue lah.
Tissue day.
So this is Dorothy. Introduce yourself.
Please, I'm Dorothy Amano from BurgerFi.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. And she's BurgerFi.
So what are you here to do for us?
Please, I'm here to prepare the burgers for you guys.
Okay, so what do we start with? Kim.
So let's start with the BoFresh burger. Let's take one out for exactly. All right. Let's start with
Kwaku,
yeah.
You know about cues and lyrics, right?
Okay, tell me about
music reality show.
Okay. We just started actually.
Yeah, we just started.
And it's the finest thing on TV. On Sundays, 8:30 p.m.
Exactly.
Against BurgerFi. It's the thing we're talking about here.
I know, right? I know, right?
Yeah.
The guys are singing, yeah? So they need food to make sure they're able to, have burger, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we need you on cues and
for you
lyrics.
to be on board
Most
as
definitely.
a sponsor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as a burger eater as well.
Okay, so
we eat.
what is this? What is this
So
that you're...
this is one of the things that actually popularized us. So people call it the BurgerFi sauce.
Okay.
So this was one of the things that actually, as I said, we started having recipes and dreams, because this is
part of the dream.
Exactly. So this recipe, this is something, most of the times people.
So you're not going to share the ingredients for that.
So it's unique to you guys, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is one of the things that actually.
Then don't even share it.
So everybody be
people
like,
are watching. Ghana is watching.
Everybody be like the BurgerFi sauce. The BurgerFi sauce. So it's a very quite interesting.
Although.
Auntie. Pacho.
Proceed
Dorothy
to be
just took out
identified.
BoFresh burger.
Exactly.
And she's applying the sauce, the BurgerFi sauce.
Exactly.
Whoosh.
So you can't just eat this like that.
No.
You have to be
you have to
hot dog fied.
You have to add some of the relish. Add some of the relish to it, the pickles.
Okay.
No, put it at the other side, the far end.
Okay, so what are you putting on there? What?
So that's a relish.
Yeah.
Just
relish.
add more.
Well, relish,
Just add more. Add more to it.
So imagine me in the cockpit with BurgerFi, you know what I'm saying? And I'm flying to Afghanistan. Those are the only places I want to fly to.
Hey, so
Afghanistan, Iraq.
So then for you guys, we actually have, our sunny side upper egg here, but we mix it up with hot dog sausage, like hot dog frankfurters. So you can just put some, over to me. I take a creamy cake.
There was sauce, man.
Okay, so you're putting
sauce me.
Ooh.
Come here.
Sauce it really well, so that he can feel every single sensation.
Yeah, but Kwaku, a lot of people say that burgers are unhealthy.
Very true.
It's ready.
Not them sabi.
Very true, but it's
fantastic.
It's key. It's key that you pay attention. Fortunately, we have the best coastal company in Ghana.
Please do another one for us. Let me come here, Goku.
Yeah, they're both fresh. Yeah, Kwaku. Yeah.
So big ups to La Bianca. We have Double D, who also takes care of the buns, and we also have BoFresh, which also supplies us BoFresh. So it's such a way that most of the times with the team, there's a discussion. So even with the type of burger patties that we buy, it's actually quite lean. We don't use, in relation to even the cheese, we use the low cholesterol cheddar cheese.
Okay.
You know, we don't add too many things to our burgers. We make it simple and we make it very, very, you know, it's like street, but it's very simple. Very, very simple. And try as much as possible to pay attention to diet.
And the price, is it affordable for everyone?
Funny enough, the burger that you're having, that's like 25.
This one's 25.
Yeah, 25.
That's good though.
Wow.
This one, if you eat it, you drink.
Can I have a plate to just put mine on?
Yeah.
Hey, give me tissue. Give me tissue. The burger is BurgerFi me. The BurgerFi me.
Exactly.
Oh boy. I said, do you have a plate?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, they separate.
Yeah, give me
So we
plate.
can, exactly. Can jump onto the hot dog when you're done with this.
Okay. Kevin, don't come here today. Come here and go get shit.
The kick.
It's kicking in.
If you want more sauce, so let's, you got to take a bite in at that side. Yes. I can just imagine.
I'm about to go to heaven.
Dude is getting BurgerFi. So yeah, when you're done, then we jump onto the hot dog.
Okay, so let me give my verdict.
Scale of 1 to 10. Let us
An
know.
additional, no boy saying. See me after here, get a check. So, I think I love this.
Yeah.
We can't be eating both foods like that, you know, anymore. We need to make it something else.
Yeah.
And the fact that this is something that I know and it's giving me another taste over here right now.
Yeah.
It's just the satisfaction for me. And so I love it. It's delicious. It's healthy, first of all. You know, because some of the bullfood and the burger, well, it's not nice. Like, you know, we have issues with them. But this is very healthy.
Thank
And
you.
I like the fact that you guys, you know, put a lot of effort into making sure that that aspect is always, you know, number one.
Patrons have.
I mean, look at what we have here.
You know, something that they would want. You know, some would want wheat bread. Some would want. I can't remember.
Yeah.
I think at some point you were making coconut bread buns,
there was
right?
coconut buns. It was called coconut groove.
Coconut groove.
Yeah.
So look at that. Sweet. KMJ is really enjoying himself. And then we have
So
the
let's jump on the hot dog.
KMJ, relax, don't finish it yet, because you've got, you know, or you want to finish
And
this.
I'm unpacking my man.
So you can try the hot dog too, then you give us your verdict.
Don't touch this one, please.
No problem.
It's just from your house.
All right. So the hot dog, I mean, basically, we have, I mean, very, Malikat also supplies us some of the stuff. It's very popular in Tema.
Okay.
So they actually, they produce one of the best Frankfurter sausages. So, I mean, if people want to jump on, you know, in relation to, jumping on hot dogs like that, they can talk to them.
And now somebody sitting in the house is angry with me for what?
Because you're on TV
Because I'm
enjoying.
eating.
And let's add more
you're
relish
angry.
to it.
Ooh, this is
Let's add
rich.
more relish to it.
Relish 'em.
Because it means they give the kick, no? Yes. Let's. Okay.
So, Rosalind won't come and meet this, right?
No, she won't.
God is good, though.
Unfortunately.
God is good.
Unfortunately
Add it
for
to my
Rosemary.
recipe. Hey, my collection of dogs.
So exactly.
I'm actually waiting for mine too. So.
They're waiting
You know,
for-
I'm doing it intentionally.
Why are you preserving the food?
KMJ. Don't.
So you see, when we were
It's
young,
intentional,
when we were
you know?
young, we had a game. When you finish eating yours, you go and eat another person.
Yes.
I am coming there.
KMJ, you dare not come close
I
to
am
me.
coming
Don't
there.
come close
So this
to
one is
me.
what?
So this is what we call it the New Yorker, but it's hot dogs, and it's something where again, people are quite skeptical about hot dogs, you know. So it's like some of the recipes that we jumped on, it was quite scary because a lot of people actually feel like Ghanaians don't really do a lot of good stuff when it comes to these kinds of food.
Yeah.
So it's such a way that it was about having it right and having that kick. And
Absolutely.
we've had people travel all the way just to experience that.
I remember the first time I had hot dogs, like I told you.
You thought you were catching dogs. You were catching dogs.
Hot dogs, man. I'm saying, hey, bro, how do you correct me?
So you can just.
Brenda, you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. I'm in charge. Tell me about me on the team.
I can actually attest to BurgerFi because
Yes.
At some point I was messy. Not on me top. Not me top for BurgerFi. There's something on point about BurgerFi.
Thank you.
Something peculiar about it, and so
those of you who have been chasing a CDO on IG, babe, can I see BurgerFi?
Yeah.
When you buy that one, it's a free access.
Exactly. So you go through BurgerFi, you find me.
And I remember she used to call around sometimes around 9 p.m.
Yes. I would call around 9 p.m.
She'd be like,
and place an order.
I'm craving for BurgerFi.
Yes. And then the cool thing is, at 9 p.m., Kweku will still deliver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Kweku will still deliver.
And there was some time where she actually came all the way to, I think that one too was.
Yeah.
No, she came all the way.
Oh.
She came all the way to Tema. Yeah. She came all the way to Tema.
And you know you're enjoying it.
My boyfriend can't say black.
Right, so Kweku, you do deliveries.
Yeah, we're on Haptel. We're on Haptel platform, and if people want to, funny enough, we just work in the evenings.
Yeah.
Because apart from that, I also run another company. It's called Complete Housing.
Yeah.
So it also came. Funny enough, I was able to get a deal through BurgerFi for Complete Housing. So it's amazing how BurgerFi has really changed my life personally. That's why, most people who actually know the story about BurgerFi, I share it a lot because I feel like it needs to inspire people to recognize. Because it started with just 200 cities, and we have we have about 2 branches in Tema. We traveled around a lot in Tema. We wanted to open one in Osu. But you're crap people, then I don't know. And then they ask some way plus.
Don't worry, I can't open BurgerFi here.
BurgerFi.
Inspiration from BurgerFi.
But eventually, crap people say we should come. We'll find a way to. Kumasi, we are looking at reopening back Kumasi again too. So I mean, hey, BurgerFi is a story. It will just keep on growing by God's grace.
Which one is this one to? Media came for the food.
So this is our Rhapsody. So let's let you try the Rhapsody.
See that? Let me see Rhapsodies. I don't want to be Chris, right? So
you sauce it up. Let's sauce it up really for him.
Sauce it up for me.
Exactly. My sauce will enter.
Yeah. There's still the morning show where this is not eating competition. This is not eating competition or anything. It's prime morning.
And it's the May Day edition.
Yeah, but maybe we are coming now.
Yeah, it's over to me.
So once you're eating, then you are removing.
Exactly.
Like Mario.
So we use the burger patties to cook everything. So and the sauce is what adds the kick. So.
Hey.
So let us know what you think about exactly. Let us know what you think about the New Yorker hot dog and the shawarma. People actually say this is also quite different from the regular shawarma.
God damn it! I love this.
They actually say it's quite different too. So.
Washallah.
Hey. You said it.
Inshallah. Mashallah. Washallah.
You said it, MJ. And so, Kweku, thank you so much for being a part of the May edition on Prime Morning.
Thank you.
And so, where can we find BurgerFi?
So, you can locate BurgerFi at, we have our food truck in Community 2, PV of Roundabout. We also have one at Shadows Pub, big ups to Nase, and I mean, we have one there too. So these are the 2 places where we have at the moment. As I said, Kumasi will look at relocating back.
Yeah,
we're also looking
thinking about it.
Exactly, trying to get one to our Community 25. At least Tema, you know how Tema people are like. Big ups to Tema, big up, shout outs to Tema. So it's such a way that we will do our possible best to spread it across. And if they also want to, they can call 0249, 879-141. And they will reach out to me and anywhere.
And as a co-founder,
yes, we're on IG BurgerFi _
as a co-founder and a pilot, we can assure the people that I would Now we're coming to a cemetery near them. We'll make sure everybody go eat for them.
You know.
Right, okay, guys. So thank you for being a part of the May edition of Prime Morning. My name is Esiedua Kumia. Rosie Felly was here, but she's still at the Black Star Square. And KMJ is here as well. Our guest for this particular segment has been Kweku Iwa Jimfi, who is a co-founder of BurgerFi and Complete Housing, and his beautiful assistant here, Dorothy. Thank you.
Was a secured episode to
Thank you for coming. And just to let you know that don't forget the keys and lyrics. Yes, we are still, your people are still in the competition. To vote for your favorites, all that you have to do is dial *711*60#. *711*60#. And yeah, that's all that you have to do to vote.
It's the best thing on television right now.
Yes,
no
on
doubt
Sundays
about it.
at 8:30 p.m. on Joy Prime TV.
I'm the floor manager.
Yeah, and I'm a co-host.
No, she's a co-host.
Yeah.
And she's a BurgerFi.